The ardiphne tree, lesson 5. So, if you've been tracking, you noticed that 3 days ago I said, I proclaimed the festival of the new moon, which gave everybody about a day to prepare. Then the day before the actual new moon, the day before, so the day of that morning, until that evening, then in that evening you'll have the actual new moon where there's just no moon, and the day after, and then the next day you get first light. So the, it takes about three days to cover a new moon festival. The day of the call, right? The day right before the new moon, and the day after. So what did you learn on this festival? Like, what are we seeing? That the daytime and the evening times are two different things. All right. So Shabbat doesn't start the night before. The Shabbat day is from sunrise to sunset. And today, so if you've been tracking, the day I called for the new moon feast was the 20th of Ab, if you've been with me on days, right? Then we pause for 2 days, right? That 2 days that pivots on the new moon, right? So the day of the new moon and the day after, right? And then when you get first light that next day you continue. So now it's the 21st. So we've closed out the festival and now we're moving forward with Ab in the month. So now we have 3 days of rest in this month. So this is how the feast is kept, right? So had we been now in ancient times, so when we call for the new moon festival, everybody's gathering their lambs and bringing them in, and we are going to be blowing the shofar to let the people know that it's the festival coming, and everybody's taking off to go get ready because they have to prepare. The priest have to prepare, go at the tabernacle, and we have to get things ready. Then there's just no work now for 3 days. So you have the preparatory day and evening, the next day, which is the actual day of the new moon, and the day after, which is the actual festival day. So this whole festival time, we are just basically resting and cooking because you're allowed to cook on the new moon feast. Now today is the Shabbat where we are not allowed to kindle fire. So we can't cook on the Shabbat. So when the feast is over, the feast will end in the evenings to give you time to prepare for the next day. So yesterday, in the evening, when we closed out, like around 3 o'clock, right, in the cool of the evening, we began to prepare for the next day, which is Shabbat. So now we have our Shabbat day. So today's the 21st of Ab, and we're continuing on with this ardiphne tree lesson, and this is lesson 5.